Okay, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Need a yes or no from at least one person. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you, Shubham. And I'm new to using Teams. I've not used Teams earlier, so need your support to kind of figure out whether all the settings are correct or not. So one setting, one of my colleagues, he was mentioning that ensure nobody else is able to mute you. So is that setting visible? Meaning, can you mute me? Can any one of you mute me? So let's say Aditya. So can you try muting me and see whether it is possible?
Um, yes, sir. So I think you need to set all the students as attendees and you as organizer or presenter. Currently, I think all of us are presenters, so I think I could meet you.
What exactly do you think I should be doing?
So you should set all the students to attendees so that they are attendees of the meeting and you are the organizer slash presenter. So
Oh, that I already did. I mean, I set all the students as members, and I'm supposedly the I don't know what they call it. Oh, but do I need to do that in every meeting, or there should be one setting for the class, and it should carry on every time, right?
it's largely there should be one general setting, but currently all of us can present and mute anybody in the meeting.
Okay, fair enough. I'll figure this out. Maybe I'll have to take somebody's help to figure it out how to do it one time. Okay, fair enough. Thank you. So this is one. So all of you are back in your halls, or how is it? So maybe at least one by one, the names appear alphabetically. So Aditya, are you back in KGP or you are at your home?
Yes, sir. As of now, I'm in KGP. Yes.
Okay, and your hometown is?
So I'm from Kolkata.
Okay, so close enough. And how about Ajay? I'm just going alphabetically as your name appears in the list. Ajay, are you in KGP?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am currently KGP.
Okay, you're like physically you're fine because your voice sounds kind of low.
Yes, sir. I am fine.
Okay, great. So you're from which place, Ajay?
Alwar, sir. Rajasthan.
Oh, Rajasthan. Okay, quite a bit. Okay, great. So I have good friends from Rajasthan too. Okay, and how about you, Onish? Onish Paul, right?
Yes, sir. So right now
So,
I'm KGP, but I am returning home today in Durgapur. West Bengal.
oh, oh, why you are not well? Is it?
No, no, I am fine, but so due to rising cases, I'm returning home.
Okay, just as a precaution, this thing. Okay,
Yes.
no, fair enough. Makes sense. Makes sense. How about you, Anubhav?
Yes, sir. I'm in KGP right now.
And Anubhav, you are from which place?
I'm from Kolkata.
Oh, okay, great. By the way, Anish, I too did my schooling from Durgapur. So, yeah, so it's a known place for me. So, Anubhav, you are also from Kolkata, which is good. Okay, so you are in KGP, right, Anubhav?
Yes, sir.
So, no plans to go back or planning to stay back?
I'm like currently thinking like it's not really sure.
Hmm. Yeah, things were pretty bad. I joined the institute on Monday and I had to go to BC to do a RT-PCR to get an RT-PCR test done, and things were pretty bad here. I saw a lot of students, and yeah. So anyway, you guys take care. How about you, Arun? Arun, you are from which place?
Good morning, sir. I'm from Mumbai. I'm
Oh,
originally from Kerala, but I stay in Mumbai. now currently I'm in campus.
Oh, great. Okay. So you guys came just before this semester, right? I mean, maybe last week you guys came here, or how is it? Arun,
I
did you?
I came in November. There was a slot in November. I came then, but many people came in this almost 1 to 2 weeks back, I guess.
Okay. You guys are missing the campus, I believe, right? I mean, you are out of the campus for quite some time, right?
Yes, sir. Almost 1.5 years.
Yeah. Okay. Good, Arun. So how about you, Ayush? Please introduce yourself. Like you're from which place, Ayush?
Sir, I am from Rourkela in Odisha. Actually, sir, I had come to campus, but I have returned home.
Oh, oh, but you're physically you're fine, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There were many cases in my hall, so I returned home.
Which hall are you staying in?
Sir, Azad Hall.
Oh, Azad. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you're from Rourkela. Okay, great. Um, okay, let me see what's the next person. Domala Nihar. So I don't know. Pardon me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. So
Yes, sir, it's right. It's right.
okay. So what is your first name? Domala, right?
Yes, sir. My surname is Domala. My
Okay.
name is Nihar.
Oh, your name is Nihar. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Nihar, you're from which place?
Yes, I'm from Hyderabad, Telangana.
Yep. Okay. Good. So you are in the campus, or how is it?
Yes, sir, I'm in the campus in HJB Hall.
Okay. So AJB these days, even third year students can stay, is it?
Yes, sir. Third years, our batch is for around 46 members are there, sir, in HJB.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, I stayed in AJB my first year. In our times, it was only for first year students. Okay.
Nice.
And I think later on they changed it to something else, and now I think they've changed it back to okay, good. So, so by the way, this whole class is for undergraduate BTechs, is it? Or we have dual degrees as well? Nihar, you can answer the question, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Do
I mean, we are mostly undergraduates. I have never heard of someone from dual degree in our branch.
oh, so any dual degree member present in this meeting, please speak up so that otherwise I will assume that you are all BTechs. Okay, so looks like it is a BTech batch. And Nihar, what is your batch size actually? Meaning overall, how many students do we expect in this class?
In this class, sir, complete instrumentation batch, it's around 43 or 44.
Okay, 43 or 44. So there has been, I think, around 30 registrations so far, and that's the reason I felt that, we'll have just an introductory class today. I will not, start the so-called, will not start the coursework. Just getting to know yourself. I mean, you people, and also, so I think one more person joined by the name of Cherry Tally, right?
Yes.
Hi, Cherry. So you introduce yourself, please. You are from which place?
Sir, I'm from Indore, Madhya Pradesh.
Oh, okay, good. So you are at the campus, or
Yes, sir, I'm in campus.
and how do you pronounce your name?
It's Cherry.
Cherry. And how about your surname?
Tally.
Lally. Okay, great. Okay, so you are in campus, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no plans to go back right away.
Not yet, sir.
Okay. And how is the situation in your hall? You are staying in which hall?
I'm in Mother Teresa Hall, and I think we have around 12 active cases. but we are following all the protocols and sanitization, so it should be all right soon.
Okay. So this reminds me of one more question I need to ask you. So I'm attending the class from the technology guest house and using the normal technology guest house network. So is my voice clear and like do you think that there is a bandwidth issue? Okay. So hopefully
No, sir,
things.
it's all right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ayush. Thank you. And okay, so next is Girinath. So Girinath, please speak up and introduce yourself. Girinath, we can't hear you.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me now? So
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm Girnath. I'm from Patna, and currently I'm at my home.
Oh, so you have not yet come to the campus?
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
was going to, but I waited because of the rising
Mhm.
cases. So I was going to come around 12th of January, but now I won't be coming till
Mm.
like the situations return to normalcy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, by the way, last second wave has been pretty tough, and I sincerely hope none of you have been affected. You or your immediate family members have been affected by this. Is there anyone who have been affected by corona severely? Meaning, somebody passed away in your family or close. I mean, I have had a couple of my very close colleagues, pretty young, they passed away. It was extremely shocking, but hope none of you have gone through that sort of a trauma. Anyone with that kind of an experience? Okay, okay, good. So let's pray that, yeah, this one will also go. And yeah, apparently this is a milder version, but anyway, so that's good, Girita. How about you, Guru Vansh?
Uh, Sir, I am from Bhilai, Chhattisgarh, and I am at home.
Okay, so you have also not come to the campus at all yet, right?
No, sir. Yeah, I was going to, but then cases started coming, and
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Was there a directive to all of you students asking you to come back, or it was left to you?
sir, like we were given a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but like it was earlier said that we will be given I grade in labs if we didn't came. But
Mm-hmm.
now, as the cases are rising, like
Yeah, we'll talk
uh,
about the lab also. That's a good point. We'll talk about good that you reminded me. We'll briefly talk about that. Let the introduction be over a little bit. So, how about you, Rishabh Chaudhary?
Yes, sir. My name is Rishabh Chaudhary, and I currently live in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, Tata Nagar. And right now, I am quarantined in Sam Hall. I tested positive 3 days ago. It's my third day
Oh,
of quarantine, and after
oh.
7 days, or from now after 5 days, I would be probably going back to Azad Hall. That is
Oh.
my hall.
So you are quarantined where, Rishabh?
Sam, SAM.
What is that?
I do not know. I've forgotten.
Oh. But is that a hostel or
There are two buildings. One should be a guest house facility, and one is this hall where many of us have been quarantined.
any symptoms you have, Rishabh?
Initially, I had a running nose and slight fatigue and fever. Currently, I am much better. I
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, currently I'm much better, and I do not show any symptoms. Maybe a little bit of fatigue. I should be fine in 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm. And you are taking medication also, right, Rishabh?
Yes, medication was given. I was not intending to take it, but I'm taking it anyway, just to be
Mm.
safe.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, let's not we are engineers. Let's not be doctors. I mean, whatever
Yes,
the
yes,
doctor says,
right.
let's yeah. Let's follow that. And yeah, get well soon, Rishabh. And I'm happy that in spite of this, you are still attending the class, which is good. Thank you for that. And yeah, you'll get well soon. And Rishabh, you're from which place you said? Jamshedpur, right?
Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. That's where my family currently resides.
Yeah, in our times, we had quite a few of our batchmates coming from Jamshedpur. So I'm not sure it's still the same, meaning even now.
It has only gotten better, sir.
Oh,
Because
okay.
of the very nice facilities and abundance of service class, many people from Jamshedpur come to Kharagpur.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have no doubt about that. Jamshedpur is a very good place. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
very good schools, and yeah, it's a very good town to be in. Okay, cool. Yeah, my friends in from Jamshedpur who are right now in Bangalore, they still want to go back to Jamshedpur. I
Yes, sir.
mean,
Yes, sir.
I know they will
It's
never
very
go
beautiful.
back.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
you
know they'll
can
never go.
drink tap water and also it's very nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've been to Jamshedpur a few times. Okay, great, great, Rishabh. Get well soon, and hopefully we will meet each other also. I mean, the whole class at some point in time. I'd like to meet you personally, all of you. Okay, great. How about you, Piyush?
Hello, sir. I am
Yes.
Yos. I am from Jharkhand and currently I am in campus in Patel Hall.
Okay, and Jharkhand, which place in
Uh,
Jharkhand?
my town name is Chatra. It is approx 100 kilometers from Ranchi.
Okay, 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 cool. So, and you are in campus.
Yes, sir. I am in campus.
Okay, great. Yeah, stay safe and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Rajat?
Hello, sir. I'm Rajat Rathi, and I'm
Mhm.
from Jaipur, Rajasthan. Currently, I'm in campus.
Okay, okay. You're from Rajasthan. Okay, cool. How about you, Shakshi?
I'm from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and I'm in campus right now.
Okay, great. So you also moved back recently, or how is it?
No, I came back on 27th October of last year in the first lot.
Oh, so the institute has been calling you folks in batches, is it?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. And you chose to come maybe during the first batch itself, is it?
Yes. The first batch was for pre-final years and final year students, so I filled the form and I got selected to come.
Okay. And any reason why some of you choose to come? Meaning, I mean, if I ask you this way, anyway, classes are online. I mean, I mean, any advantage of you coming back to campus?
Yes, actually, I play in the inter-IT team, so I go to practice. But right now the practice is suspended, so I came for that. Also, my friends came back, so I came with them.
Okay, so mostly because of extra academic reasons, right? Which is good. Which is good. Okay, so no academic reason because you are an undergraduate class, right? So I believe you are not doing any project work or anything like that, right?
I am doing a project, but it is online, and all the classes and labs are online. So right now there is no academic incentive to come back to campus. This
Okay.
sem was supposed to be in a hybrid mode, but right now due to cases, it's again shifted to online only. So right now there is no academic incentive to stay in campus.
Yeah, right. No, this semester was supposed to be. I mean, I was supposed to take this class from I think the Nalanda complex. Using a central facility and whatnot. But anyway, so here we are. Yeah. Okay, good to know you, Shakshi. And you are from which place? You said, pardon, Shakshi. One more time, please.
Ahmedabad,
Oh, I'm
Gujarat.
okay, 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 okay. Great, great, Shakshi.
Thank
And
you, sir.
yeah, how about you, Saurav?
Good morning, sir. Sir, I'm from Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, and I'm in campus, right?
Okay, great, Saurav. You're from Uttar Pradesh. Okay, cool. You're in campus. So you also came a few months back, or
Sir, I came on 26 December.
okay, so relatively recently. Okay, cool. And all of you guys like came by train or I mean, most, yeah, I mean, Uttar Pradesh probably will, yeah, it's not by flight, right? I mean, mostly you guys would have traveled by train only, right?
Right. So flight
Yeah,
is like from Prayagraj to Kolkata. There is no flight available. Like so, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, great. And Shubham,
So currently I am in my home from Bokaro, Jharkhand.
okay, you're from Bokaro. Okay, so that is another place where we had a lot of, I mean, our friends from that city, Bokaro. So, how is Bokaro doing these days? Meaning, do we still have a lot of folks in IIT from Bokaro, or?
Yes, sir. Because we have got a lot of coaching institutes, right? So,
Come again, please, Shubham. I couldn't understand what you said, the last statement.
uh, yes, sir. Because Bokaro basically people around neighboring towns come to Bokaro to prepare for, specifically for JEE. So,
Okay, great. But maybe your parents are working there in Bokaro, and that's why you are from. I mean, you are from Bokaro, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, great. And you are at your home now. That's what you said, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And I think Vishesh, how about you, Vishesh?
Hello, sir. I'm from Noida and I'm in campus right now.
You are from which place, Vishesh?
Noida.
Oh, Noida. Wow. Okay. So, okay, and you are in campus. So just because you are in Noida, I'm just wondering, what does your father do? Does he belong to the IT industry or something like that? Father
No,
or
he
mother?
works in an R&D department in a company. In a
Okay. Great. No, I mean, okay, great. So, okay, and Vishesh, you are in campus, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you are fine. Other than, I think Rishav is the only person who is affected in this class. Anyone else other than Rishav? Okay. Okay, great. So, a little bit of introduction about myself. So, I think I did send a few of you guys an email about trying to introduce myself. But here I am. So, my name is Prajit Nandi. I did my schooling from Durgapur. I think there was one person from Durgapur. Let me see if I can remember. So, this was one game which our seniors used to play with us. They will introduce themselves and then they will ask, now do you remember? So I think it was Onish. Onish Paul, you are from Durgapur, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, okay, good. So I did my schooling from Durgapur St. Xavier's and then did my class 10, passed out in 97, joined the institute. I did my plus two in not so very well-known school. I mean, it's well-known, but and then I joined IIT KGP in 99. I graduated with a BTech in electrical engineering in 2003. And Intel was my first company. I was selected in the campus in 2002. I think Intel was probably the first company that year to come, and I think that was the first time Intel was coming to the campus. So they took three undergraduate students. I happened to be one of them. I joined Intel, but then I soon figured I was very happy that I was going to join a big name, and at that time Intel was a far bigger name. There was no Qualcomm that time. There was no Facebook that time, and Facebook anyway we can't compare an Intel and a Facebook, but anyway, so Intel was a very big name that those days. I was happy, but then I soon figured out. I mean, after joining Intel, so I went to Bangalore in 2003. Um, I figured out that so Intel was out and out. Intel is an out and out digital company, right? Of course, they have some analog work, and now Intel India they do have a pretty good analog team. I shouldn't say pretty good. I mean, a reasonable size analog team, but but during those days, Intel didn't have any analog team, and I figured out I didn't want to do digital electronics. So, tried to move around and joined, eventually landed up in SanDisk. SanDisk, I'm sure you guys would be pretty aware of with all the, USB sticks or whatever. Um, and I happen to be the second employee of SanDisk India. They were starting their center, and so SanDisk was pretty good. I happen to work with, SanDisk and Toshiba. They were partners. So I worked on some of the analog things for NAND flash memory. Had quite a few, I think, patents in SanDisk. And then, I was figuring out, what to do next. I think I was already 4 or 5 years then in the industry. I was trying to see if I can do higher studies. So I had two options. One was I stayed back in US. So I was almost working in SanDisk US, even though, mostly in a visitor visa, but then I was staying in US for a prolonged time. So I could stay back if I wanted and pursue my higher studies in US. So that was one option. Second option was, I happened to meet few people, and they were forming a company. And they said, look, if you join, sorry, if you join us, you can do your, get your PhD from KGP, and you can also run the company. So, so I happened to join Sankalp as a founding member, and I came back to KGP in 2009. I enrolled for a PhD. I qualified for a direct PhD because I think there is a rule you guys must be aware, right? If you have a good CGPA, I think it's above 8 or 8.5. I don't remember that. I don't know. It's 8.5 or 8. Yeah. So anyway, so you can go for a direct PhD. So so I opened the company in STEP. And then I also enrolled for a PhD program. And so I did my PhD while I was working. So in Sankalp, we had many customers, like Texas Instruments was definitely one of our big customers, and then Analog Devices. Toshiba was our customer. Cadence was another customer. So there were quite a few big names that we worked. Me and my team, we worked with these big customers, and eventually I think I completed my PhD in 2014. And I had left the campus in around 2011-12 after completing the coursework and giving my registration seminar. And my team had also grown by that time. And Sankalp was eventually acquired by some private investor, and then in another few years' time, HCL bought over. So the founding team, we sold our equity, and we all came out because we did it for 10 years. And yeah, so by the time I left Sankalp, I was leading close to 150 people team. So it really, the team had really grown. And after leaving Sankalp, I was wondering, what to do. So stayed back in Kolkata for a year, helped another US-based startup to set up their shop here. But then soon figured out that, I'm better off moving back to, the large multinationals. So had quite a few offers. I joined TI in 2018. TI, of course, knew me pretty well because, I had done a lot of projects for TI anyway at that time. So I joined there as a design manager to open to start a team for automotive. ideal diode controllers. So I'll probably, not talk about much of that, but you can see if one of you, a few of you are interested to know, I mean, what kind of work I did. So LM74800, LM74800. So that part was completely developed by my team. So I had quite a few disclosures there. So and then I moved in TI itself. I moved to the oldest team in TI and probably the most high-flying team, the data converter team. So the data converter team has now 4 TI fellows. So I was working with them for last couple of years. I did a full-fledged ADC chip. So that was also pretty successful. The first one, LM74800, went on to become, it was in the top 10 TI global products in the year 2020 rather. So it was nominated for a Kilby Award. Eventually didn't win it, but it was in the top 10, and it was a big deal. And yeah, so while I was doing all that, uh, I had offers from other companies as analog devices as engineering to join them as engineering director and whatnot. And I had this offer from IIT. I had applied last year. So I'd spent close to 19 years in the industry, and it's not an easy decision, to make to leave the industry and come back to academia. But so here I am, and so my core expertise is actually analog chip design. And so the subject that I have been allocated is, while it is related to it, but I mean, I shouldn't even say it is related. I mean, so instrumentation devices, it's more like a system level subject. So I myself am having to prepare. So last Friday was my, December 31st was my last working day in Texas Instruments. And I joined here on Monday. So I really didn't get much time to prepare for the subject, but I have been trying. And hopefully, I'll try to, present the subject to you people as, as I see it. I'm trying to prepare some material and hopefully, as I said, this subject is a little bit different from my core expertise. It is sensors. I mean, my interest is actually dealing with sensor signals. But here in instrumentation devices, it's more of, you have to understand a little bit of the sensor itself, the whole system itself. And whereas if you work in the industry is that way very regimented, it's very focused. So if somebody is working on developing a sensor, so that person, his expertise will end up, being quite different from, let's say, someone who is designing the signal processing or rather the readout circuitry from the sensor, right? So and then somebody who is, let's say, developing the whole system, his expertise will be again quite different. So so you guys will figure it out, but I'm not sure how many of you people will be actually interested in taking up the real hardware thing as a career option, because these days it's all about AI and machine learning, which is not bad. AI and machine learning, there is a lot of scope and there is a lot of demand. But then having said that, if some of you are passionate about hardware, then yeah. And when it comes to job opportunities or career growth, that I can assure you, there is enough job opportunities or career growth in the actual hardware design. In fact, you will be in fact, you might as well, if you are a really good hardware engineer, you might end up, being in a better, quote unquote, better career space if you are pursuing real hardcore hardware design. Okay, so this is my introduction, and so few things that I'd like to state out. I know all of you have not. I mean, the whole class is not here. Only about around 20 folks are attending. But so the thing is, I will be, presenting. I'm trying to put together slides using which I will be able to present. I mean, I like to present the subject, and however, the slides will not be. I will be recording the class, and the class will be uploaded. However, the slides I would not like to share with you folks because primarily because I mean I'm trying to myself work hard and prepare the slides to make the subject meaningful. And so there is no criteria of attendance. If you don't feel like attending the class, that is fine, no problem. But then, as I said, I will not be sharing the slides. The video will be recorded and the video will be uploaded. So in case you don't, let's say if you don't have time in the exact given slot because some of you are at home, or some of you are quarantined or whatnot, you may go through the video recording later on. So, and then there will be some assignments that will be given, and the rest I think will be mid-semester and end semester, the typical so there will be some portion of your evaluation will happen based on the assignments that will be given out to you. And yeah, coming back to the lab, so lab I'm trying to work with the TAs to figure out what assignments we can give you for the online labs. Will so probably will not start the lab. Definitely there will be no lab this week, which is today. If possible, we'll try to have the lab next week. And if that also fails, for sure, the week after that, we will definitely have the first session. Right? So any questions or any suggestions, any comments? The fact that I'll not be giving you the slides, is that too much of a problem? But as I said, the video will be uploaded. Any problem any one of you guys feel that will be a massive challenge for you guys to score well? Okay, so I'm not hearing anything from anybody. So Aditya, no problem, right?
So should be mostly fine.
Mostly fine. Okay, a diplomatic answer. Okay, great.
So,
How about you? Yeah, Shubham, go ahead, please.
so besides slides and recordings, will you be providing any or suggesting any reading material from where we can get the topics?
Yeah, see, that's a good question, Shubham. So slides, as I said, I will not be providing, but yeah, it will be there in the recording. So there, I will give you some reading material references, but the way I am preparing the course, right, it will be very difficult to find that material in one place because I'm kind of trying to collate things from different places and trying to put it together. So my suggestion will be, and I will definitely not see one thing I will not do because as a student I myself didn't enjoy that too much. Is I will not give you some, let's say, basically I'll try to make the subject such that you don't have to memorize too much. And coming from the industry background, right? I'm trying to see if the course can be developed where just by intuitive understanding, you should be able to do well. So my suggestion would be if you see the video material, that should be sufficient for you to prepare for the subject. And for further reading, if some of you are interested in delving into the subject a little deeper, more than what is taught in the class, for that, yeah, of course, Google is there, and I'll give you a couple of books. I think Bentley is what the professors have been following here. So, so probably I'll give you a couple of reference material. But otherwise, and even the questions that I will frame, I mean, basically, I don't think if you attend the class or if you go through the video lecture, you should be, and you understand the subject, meaning you are able to comprehend what is being taught. I'll try my best so that all of you can understand. But the rest, I mean, while I try my best, some effort will be required from your side also. And I really wish all of you do well in the subject. But the thing is, yeah, if you go through the video lecture and everything else should kind of fall in place. The other thing that I'll try to do in the lab or even in the assignments, you will see, right? The questions, the way I'll try to kind of pose the questions, few of them, not all, is coming up with alternative solutions. So as engineers, right, when you actually end up working in the industry, right, what you will see, right, there is an existing solution, right? We are not inventing in our day-to-day life. We don't end up inventing, right? We end up improving what is already there, right? Like 20 years back, there used to be big desktops, right? Even now it is probably there, but my laptop weighs less than a kg, right? Some 950 grams or something like that, right? So these are improvements. These are not, the computer remains a computer, just that it has now become lighter, faster, and all that, right? So as engineers, we are always trying to improve things. So the questions that I will also probably, not all, few of them, will be in a manner where you are able to propose better solutions than what is given in the books, right? The books will say, okay, this is how it is solved, right? But what will be interesting is if you guys can come up with solutions which are better than what is given in the books, right? And maybe some of your solutions will not be correct, right? We will discuss that. And even in the exams, right? Let's say I mean, there will be questions where the answers, let's say what Guru Vansh, comes up with will be completely different compared to what Shubham comes up with, right? But then, yeah, we'll see. I mean, so that will be the goal. So not much of memorization, and but this subject is also it's not completely mathematical. I actually like a lot of maths, but this subject will not be completely mathematical. There will be little bit of descriptive of or theoretical kind of topics. But I think that also should be okay. I would not like you to write pages after pages. It will be, I mean, the theory questions also should be very straightforward. So we'll try to keep things simple. The idea is not to cover a whole lot of material. We'll cover whatever we cover, but the idea is to develop an understanding. And the key thing is not just understanding that, see, I don't care if you don't completely understand that particular subject matter completely. That is fine. But I think the key thing will be to understand the approach, right? Because, see, I mean, right now you'll be scoring a grade and you will get a CGPA, you will get a job and you will move out, right? You will forget the equations. The equations may not be even needed, right? But what will stay with you is when there is a problem, how did you approach to solve it, right? And so that will be a part of your, kind of subconscious learning, right? So we'll try to ensure that whatever you learn, the thought process or the approach, that kind of sticks to you, some of it. And yeah, because as I said, the equations will not stay with you. We'll try to, that also I'm trying to ensure that, try to stick to very basic equations so that you can always build up. So that's the thought process. So any other questions? So my this thing is, while attendance is not mandatory, slides will not be given out, videos will be uploaded. So the point is, the reason the slide will not be given out is, as I said, the slides are I myself am making it. I'm putting quite a bit of effort in that, and anyway the videos will be there. So my expectation is, if you go through the video, you don't need the slides anyway. You will be taking down some notes, and that should be sufficient to do well in the subject, right? So I think there is one new person who joined. Let's see, Devaditya. So Devaditya Mukhopadhyay. So please introduce yourself. You are from which place, Devaditya? Devaditya, are you there? Wow. So Shubham, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Sometimes the class is so silent, right? It becomes very difficult to. Yeah, but this is how our meetings have been also going for the last 2 years. Um, so anyway, so any concerns now? Now that I have clarified, any concerns? Please speak up. So this subject as such, is pretty interesting because these are real world applications, and we will try to make it enjoyable for all of you folks. And these are real. Please understand that if some of you at least choose this as a career option, hardware design as a career option, this subject will be very handy, very effective. And I have one other question for all of you folks. Have you been exposed to circuit design, like let's say CMOS, using CMOS principles? Have you been exposed, like can you design an amplifier, or can you design a band gap, or have you been exposed to any such theory in the first 3 years? Let me ask Piyush, has there been any course that you folks attended on Piyush? Are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
So, did you attend? I mean, this class. Did you have a previous coursework on circuit theory where you design some amplifier or something like that?
Yes, sir. Like we have a course with IE-1, instrumentation devices one. So there we have learned about these things. This is IE-2, I guess.
So no. So I1. What did you have actually? Repeat, please. I couldn't hear you.
It was instrumentation devices one. Was.
Okay, so there in that course, you were like you designed some amplifier.
Yes, sir. Like we did.
Okay, so meaning
Sir,
using.
actually, like in analog electronics course, we have learnt about all the BJT and CMOS amplifying structures, like common base, common emitter in amplifier configuration, and also in cascode configuration in analog electronics.
Okay, okay. So you have been. So those are using BJTs, which is fine. Were you exposed to like using normal CMOS devices, not BJTs?
Like we were exposed only to MOSFETs, but we only in digital only we came to know basics about CMOS. But like equivalent CMOS or equivalent amplification using CMOS, we haven't done it yet.
Okay, okay.
Like we just learned how to make various gates using CMOS and.
Fair enough. Okay, okay. So because in this course there will be applications of amplifiers, but then the course could be so much more interesting if we get inside the amplifier, which I will resist the temptation of going inside the amplifier, because that's where I belong to. But I'll resist the temptation. But there will be, I will try to frame some questions, as I said, right, which will be around the issues that you will find while you are designing the system. So that's the reason I'm asking if you. So who took these courses for you? Which professor? So I can just interact with him and to figure out, what exactly was taught. Who took this course? Ayush?
Sir, I like don't exactly remember the name, but for electronic student it was Professor B Sahu.
Oh, okay. Bihu took it. Okay, great.
And for us
Okay.
it was TKB, sir. Like he was taking the this course first time for our year.
TK Bhattacharya, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I think then we'll have quite a bit of catching up to do on analog electronics for this class. But anyway, analog electronics is not the coursework. So that's about it. We spent, talking, not doing much this class. So hope to meet all of you guys next Wednesday, and that's when we will get started with the coursework, right, guys? And you are free to approach me with, any sort of questions you might have, or I'm available. You can drop in an email. I'm not so sure. I wanted to give my contact number also to all of you folks, but then few professors advised me that that may not be the good idea. But anyway, my contact details or everything is there in LinkedIn profile, so you'll get everything there. So in case you have any questions, be it academic or related to your prospective career or whatever, I'll be happy to share my thoughts. And final decision will be yours, right? So thank you guys, and let's see how the course goes, right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
thank you all of you. Yeah, thank you all of you. Let's meet next week. Thank you.